welcome back to the news at 10. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, the NNPC, says its refineries in Warri and in Port Harcourt have commenced preliminary production. According to the NNPC, this comes after in-house engineers conducted a 9-month rehabilitation on the facility. And what this means is both plants have resumed production of petroleum products. For now, about 60% of its 210,000 barrels per day production capacity is being achieved, but it's projected that it will hit its installed 125,000 barrels per day capacity soon. The General Manager, Public Affairs Division, Mr. Ohi Alegbe, says that the Port Harcourt refinery will eventually hit 5 million litres of petrol per day, while Warri will contribute 3.5 million litres of petrol to local refineries. The NNPC also announced that it has successfully recovered the System 2B pipeline breached last week at Arekpo in Ogun State. Well, back to the lawmakers. The House of Representatives has constituted an ad hoc committee to intervene in the alleged debt crisis between the West African Examinations Council and some states, resulting in a threat by the exam body to withhold the results of some students. The House took the decision following a motion by a lawmaker, Linus Okorie, that the academic pursuit of more than half of the 1.2 billion candidates who sat for the examination would be disrupted if WAEC is allowed to carry out its threat. The motion was passed unanimously after debate, and the House mandated the ad hoc committee to report back in 1 week to allow for action to be taken before the release date of May-June 2015 WAEC examination results. The story of slavery may have brought Badagry to the spotlight in time past. However, for even a first-time visitor, Badagry's vast natural resources are obvious, yet the town seems to lack the right attention needed for proper positioning. Our correspondent, Chris Lems, explains.
Etisala, now you're talking.
Badagry was founded in 1425 on a lagoon off the Gulf of Guinea by the Egun people who migrated from Benin Republic. It is the gateway to the west coast, but is the border town to other West African countries like Benin, Togo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and many more. The town is about 57 kilometers by road from Lagos and runs parallel to the sea from Porto Novo. Population as of 2006 was approximately 250,000 people, but today that runs into millions. Badagry, as a slave coast, witnessed a lot of patronage from slave buyers who came from all parts of the world. Until date, relics of those gory moments still are found in some of the museums here, such as the Seriki Abbas Museum, which served as a barracoon where slaves were kept in waiting for buyers. Here in Yanam, a tour guide attempts to paint for us a picture of life during the era of slavery.
This is the money our forefathers used to spend then. We call it cowrie, Yoruba call it oweyo. And they refuse to accept this from our hand, and they say they prefer to do a trade note by trade by barter with us, exchanging good for goods. So the white men, they give you one umbrella value 40 cedis. And the only surviving umbrella we have in our museum, the later I will show you guys, then we will talk between what 40 human beings. A bottle of gin go for 10 cedis. But there was oral story here in Badagry, a man that exchanged his wife and a daughter to collect a bottle of a gin. These are cannon guns. The long cannon gun go for 100 heads, the small one 40, and then a Dane gun go for 40 slaves. We blacks of Africa, what do we do with the Dane gun? We use it to fight ourselves so that we get more slaves and sell to the European. A ceramic bowl, we call it breaking point in our houses. The white men, we give one ceramic bowl, we give them 10 slaves. We have 5 for salt inside the museum. Then the mirror and the kurabi, here in Badagry, if you gather the mirror and the kurabi, on the negotiation level, like you might say 2 slaves, it depends on your bargaining power. Let me use our bargaining power with the European. You might say 2 slaves, I might say 3. My sister there might say 4. So it depends how you can bargain with the European.
In spite of all the sad tales of the past, Badagry is a land blessed with vast natural resources, including this vegetation, which provides feeds for cattle rearers. Also, a beautiful shoreline, lovely beaches, serene environment, and much more. Badagry is also a culturally rich town, and these sato drums which welcomes you as you get into the town is of great significance.
That drum is only beaten in very special occasions, like when a king is being installed, a very big traditional occasion, or a burial ceremony of a very important person in the community. Those are the only times you see sato being rolled out. In fact, it's only in modern times that sato is being rolled out to welcome government officials or very important visitors.
Though Badagry witnessed lots of firsts in the past, that cannot be said of the town today. This land may have witnessed the blood, the sweat and the toil of our forefathers, but the truth is that it remains a land waiting to be explored. With all hands on deck, this land will someday take its pride of place amongst world-leading tourist destinations. Chris Illems, Channels Television News.
Now you're talking.
Let's bring you gradually into business. In its bid to enhance the health of pregnant mothers, charity organization, the MTN Foundation has invited state ministries of health to submit expressions of interest for the implementation of the phase 1 of its maternal ward support project. The MTN Foundation has disclosed its plans to implement this project by renovating and equipping 24 select maternal wards in the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. To this end, it has asked ministries of health interested in the project to send their applications in sealed envelopes marked Expression of Interest, MTN Foundation Maternal Ward Support Project Phase 1 to MTN Nigeria Communications Limited, Corporate Services Division, 2nd floor, Golden Plaza, Falomo, Ikoyi, Lagos. It states that all applications are expected to be received on or before Wednesday, August 12, 2015, and applicants are advised to visit the website www.mtnonline.com/MTN Foundation for more details. Emana Amawe is standing by with more on business news.
First Bank. You first.
Welcome to Business News. Shareholders of public companies can heave a sigh of relief as their dividends can now be paid into savings accounts in commercial banks. This decision was reached after the 2-day meeting of the Capital Market Committee, which produced the launch of an e-dividend portal for that purpose. The simplified process is made possible through the effort of the financial market regulators. Channel's business correspondent Temple Ashaju reports.
Until now, shareholders of public companies cannot receive their dividends through commercial banks' savings account. This policy, which prevents investors from earning their investment profits, had risen the amount of unclaimed dividends to 80 billion naira. The just ended 2-day second quarter Capital Markets Committee meeting, however, produced a solution to this challenge through the launch of an online portal by the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mr. Munir Gwazo.
What the investor will need to do is, once you have keyed into the portal, provided all the data. All the necessary KYC will now be done from the banking side and from the registrar side.
We've made a headway too to say that dividends does not necessarily go into current account alone. It will go even into a savings accounts that people want.
The new e-dividend system requires shareholders' bank account number and BVN details, as well as clearing system identification means to process a payment. While analysts had argued that the lack of dematerialization in the markets will forestall its success, the Securities and Exchange Commission leadership says it is addressing this issue.
We have, as SEC, started that process. We have been interfacing with the registrars and the CSCS.
The new e-dividend system is the game changer in the Nigerian capital market. This is because for the first time it gives room for the payments of dividend warrants in a savings account. And with investors beginning to experience this new development, it is expected that the issues around unclaimed dividends in the country will start to nosedive. Temple Ashaju, Channels Business News.
In the meantime, the Central Bank of Nigeria plans to auction 195.17 billion naira worth of 3-month, 6-month and 1-year treasury bills on August the 5th. In a statement, the Apex Bank revealed that the Dutch auction system will be employed in the sales of 45.17 billion naira worth of the 3-month paper, 30 billion naira of the 6-month bill and 120 billion naira in the 1-year paper next week. The results of the auction will be made public the following day. And negative sentiments continued at the Nigerian bourse as the all-share index lost 0.34% in Wednesday's session. Christy Cole has more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Markets Report. The benchmark indicator of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the all-share index lost 0.34% and is now down to 30,510.95 points. Guinness sits atop the losers chart, down by 3.32%, losing 4 naira 60 kobo. Seplat follows with a loss of 1.25%, while GlaxoSmithKline retains its spot on that chart, down by another 2 naira, which is a 4.76% loss. Wednesday's gainers are led by Mobil, which has appreciated by 5 naira 98 kobo. That's a 3.99% gain. Better Glass is up 1 naira 97 kobo, while Miller Flour Mills posted a 98 kobo gain. That's up about 3.50%. Trade volumes were pushed up by the banks on Wednesday. 59.9 million of Zenith Bank shares were transacted. Investors exchanged 34 million of Guaranteed Trust Bank shares, while 18 million of FBN Holdings shares were traded. By the close of trading, 222.6 million shares had been exchanged for 4.38 billion naira in 3,601 deals. And that's the Stock Markets Report. I am Chrissy Cole.
Many thanks, Christy. Lafarge Africa's second quarter 2015 results came in strong across all key headline items. While sales increased by 9% year-on-year to 59.8 billion naira, profit before tax and profit after tax grew markedly by 61% year-on-year and 77% year-on-year to 20.9 billion naira and 17.2 billion naira respectively. Analysts at FBN Capital say sales results beat estimates by 7%, while profits before tax and profit after tax beat forecast by 78% and 80% respectively. On the other hand, contrary to expectation, Honeywell Flour Mills plc recorded rather disappointing results for the year ended March 31, 2015 and fourth quarter January to March 2015. Revenue fell by 10.9% year-on-year to 49.06 billion naira, while gross profit contracted by 28.2% year-on-year to 7.5 billion naira, following expansion on cost of sales margin. Operating profit also shrank 59% year-on-year to 2.18 billion naira. Well, that's it on Business News. I'm Emana Amawa. Amachi will be back with the rest of the news at 10.
First Bank. You first.
Still ahead of the news at 10. Two-time league winner Baba Ganare returns to Kano Pillars as coach after the sack of Oke Emodi. That will be in sports news. Please stay with us.